Morning, everybody.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Dave, we were just talking about Mason Appleton. What elements does he bring to your team when he's healthy? What that you might have wanted to have the last few years?
Yeah, I mean, Apps is a power forward, and that's it's consistently the way he's played throughout his career, and those are elements that'll be valued entering into our lineup.
Pairing him with McCann and Tanev, like, what were some of those things that when you thought about those three, you said, okay, this slaps, this is what we want?
Well, again, he's going to play a straight line game. Brandon Tanev does the exact same thing. Jared McCann with some skill and ability in the middle, and being a shooter, can be a good combination with those three.
And given Mason's ability to kind of get at the net front, I mean, how do you think that fits into like what those two do as well? Where like those are two guys who they play all around. With Mason, yes, he does that, but it's like his strength in that front. Like, is that another one of those things that stands out to you as well?
Well, it's a piece, right? That's a piece of being a power forward, is getting up ice, creating puck possession in the zone, and then he's not a guy that is just going to be purely standing on top of the blue paint, but that is one of his abilities. So he's when it's time to get inside, he's got to be a guy on that line that when it's his turn, he's got to get there.
Dave, I believe this is the first time that you've had everybody healthy at the same time. What does that mean for you as depth and all the different flexibility you have now?
Well, I'd get just that, a little bit. There's a little bit more flexibility in terms of some of the combinations. With Abs coming back in today, his group fits together. Whether or not that's a long-term destination, we'll see. Right, we have to now continue to work through some of those combinations. But having everybody available is a positive. But as in any night, just like the other night, 20 guys are in the lineup. 20 guys are ready to go, and 20 guys have to be ready to go for 60 full minutes.
Dave, looking back at the effort against Washington, looking at the film, what did you like the most?
There's our competitiveness for the 60 minutes was good, but that's been there most often this year. I liked our response when the first goal of the game went in. There was no sag. In fact, there was a pushback. If you look, if you're gonna look at our, I guess you'd have to look back at the tape. I'm not sure. The next 3-4 shifts, we were on top of it. We pushed back right away. We didn't score right away, but that was a real important response. So that was a really good sign for our hockey team. Not to get back on our heels, but rather to push and have a surge.
Dave, yesterday you talked about the power play was already finding their swagger even before JoJo joined that unit. Big picture, what did you see coming together to help the power play find the success they've been finding of late?
Well, we've talked along the way, just finding cohesion. One of the, chemistry is a real important piece, and we're not yet 20 games in, right? And that chemistry takes time to build. We saw that building early on. There was nothing to show for it. There was no success. Some of our play was sporadic. When you go through the some of those power plays. For the most part, right now we're consistent groups, and both groups in terms of getting in the zone, getting into our sets and looks, and then having a similar mentality, in terms of the way we want to go about our business on the power play. One of the biggest things the other night, we scored on a second. We found a rebound inside, right, and that's I think we were in this room probably 2 weeks ago talking about that. We're shooting the puck, but we're not finding any seconds inside. So, that was a big piece of the goal for us the other night, which was a big goal. So, I said yesterday, there's still work to do. There's still a lot of room to grow, but we're starting to see some of that chemistry on both units.
When you talk about finding those seconds, is that about the players being positionally smart? Is it about shot placement, if we can even go that far? What leads to getting those second chances?
Yeah, it's a bit of everything. It's knowing when the right time to get underneath and get inside is. You have to read off of what everybody else is doing. on the ice. And, you know, it's too late to see a rebound and try to get to it. You gotta be going there before it gets there, you know, and then, you know, hopefully you meet the opportunity at that spot.
Does the Gordy line stay the same tonight?
Yes.
And then with Mason back, do you have to watch any of his minutes, or do you expect that he's 100%?
Like any player coming back, yeah, we'll pay attention, but he's done the work to be ready. He's not coming back early, you know, he's, you know, if anything, he's taken it, you know, we've taken, you know, real care in making sure that he's had an opportunity to get to work, and he's put the work in, most importantly. So it's always, you know, it's always a little bit of a challenge getting back into, you know, getting to game speed. It's been a while for him, but he's ready to take that on. So we'll see how he's going tonight and monitor it from there. But I expect him to be, you know, to be good.
When you watch the tape from the last game on Sunday, it felt like there were a number of scramble plays in front of your net that your guys did a good job of collapsing in front of it and finding those pucks and getting them out of that house area. Was there something different that happened in that game, or was it an effort thing, or what makes that go?
No, we've done a lot of that throughout the year. I mean, that's been a real staple. We haven't given up a whole lot from those scrambles at net front, to be honest with you. You know, the battles were good. Gruby was strong and solid on them. You know, and then, you know, one of the you know, pieces that I liked as we went down the stretch. We didn't, you know, we weren't really in the situation until the last 5 minutes, but the last 5 minutes, they had a huge push. We blocked shots, we were strong in net front, our goaltender was battling hard, and we were able to clean up those plays.
Speaking of goaltenders, what were your strongest impressions being with Freddie Anderson in Toronto?
Freddie's just, I mean, he's done it real well in this league for a long time. He's very calm in the net, and he's off to a great start this year.
All set? All righty.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.